Hello there, internet. Welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict, and we're going to be talking a little bit about Guillotine. Finally, ELYSION is getting a good DPS. Phantom who? Exactly. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on with her kit, why she is actually a good DPS, and in general, the pre-analysis for her kit. Again, this is everything pre-analysis when it comes to what the information we have and what we can theory craft, but this is not final. Tomorrow we're going to be testing live. We're going to be doing pulls for Core 7. If you want to come by to the stream, say hello, feel free to when the patch drops. So, as usual, before we start, leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. Thank you for 7,000 subs, and let's start with Guillotine Winter Slayer. Attacker, B3, Assault Rifle, Watcher. And let me come right here so we can check the skills properly, and we'll open our notes in a second, alright? But she has, right now, 13.75 attack as damage, and 1 second reload time with 60 bullets as a base ammo capacity. So great basic ammo capacity, 12 shots per second as an assault rifle, that matters for later, and 13.65% is literally the average for most assault rifles as base damage, so that's nice. Let's go into the skill 1 first, and we're going to do everything else later. So I'm going to be opening this so we can check the skills. Skill 1 is a passive that will basically act as an RPG where you level up, okay? Your max level is 11. You will level up every time you get 10 experience. We'll talk about how to get experience on a second. When you level up, you will instantly reload 10% of your magazine, which is nice, and you will recover 2.44% HP recovery. So this is when you level up every time. Max level is 11. And then every time you level up, this is continuously for the whole fight, you're going to be getting 1.16% multiplied by hero level, and this is going to be like a 11-12% damage as a strong element, and then you're also going to be getting 0.91, so like a 10% or whatever it is, of caster's attack in total. And caster's attack is pretty good because she is an attacker. So we're not talking about the supporter or the defender. No, this is an attacker, so this is going to be a really good move. Not only she's getting this 10-11%, whatever it is, right, considering it's on her own attack, she's also getting more moves on skill 2. But skill 1 is pretty nice already. So this is all skill 1. When we talk about skill 2, it's going to be a little bit different because this depends if you're hitting core or you're not hitting core on your enemy, okay? So how do you gain experience? Every time you land an attack, if you are hitting the core, every 3 hits, you gain experience. If you are not hitting the core, every 6 hits, you will gain experience. Now, it's also important that every time you gain experience, so every 3 shots or every 6 shots, depending, right? You will be gaining 1.81% attack. This stacks continuously up to 100 times. It's pretty good. And then every time you go to above hero level 2, which is gonna take like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, right? You will also be getting continuously damage as a strong element increased by 7%. Now, this is pretty good because this stacks up to 100 times, right? After landing 6 attacks without hitting the core or landing 3 attacks hitting the core. This is 181 if fully stacked, which is pretty nice. And it only takes 29 seconds to fully stack. Now, considering you are hitting core on a boss with core, this doesn't include the instant reload because you have to reload, right? So this is counting normal magazine. This is not counting going with Bastion. This is not counting going with reload speed on other characters. So it's shorter than 29 seconds. But assuming worst case scenario, 29 seconds if you are hitting the core, double that if you are not hitting the core. Again, it's going to be shorter because there is more characters that can help with stacks, characters that can help with the instant reload or even reloading more or reload speed, etc. So all in all, not including overloaded lines and everything, this is pretty good. A 181% self-boost for attack, plus what she's getting on the skill 1. So her kit, both the skill 1 and skill 2, are pretty good. My issue comes with the burst a little bit because this affects all water allies. As you can see, increases attack damage by 10%. Great for all allies. Remember that attack damage is better than attack. So an attack damage buff, even if it's 10%, is still better than getting an attack buff, depending on the numbers, but it's better. You're also giving all water gold allies damage as a strong element increased by 18%, which is pretty good. For raids, she is going to be on a lot of teams every time there is bosses weak to water, 100%. She is in fact replacing kind of Phantom, but it's whatever. And then this is what's confusing, but as you can see, she deals continuous damage equal to 20% of the final attack multiplied by the hero level every second for 10 seconds. Now, multiple things, right? Her burst, great. Nothing that's hard to understand, it's whatever. But is this sustained damage? And I'm not saying this to be like, oh, shift up for God again and saying I was right as usual. No, I'm saying that Is this sustained damage or not? Is this a poor translation? Can we use Viper? Can we use Sakura and Rosanna on this, or what's going on? So some notes for this, as you can see. There is not a lot of options to be increasing the stacks faster. Now, she doesn't need to increase the stack faster because it's pretty fast already, but the best option, of course, is going to be Alice. Bunny Alice is the option because she is water, she doesn't fuck up your composition, and she will be increasing the stacks every 90 normal attacks, which if you have her with a couple pieces of overload and max ammo and bastion, is going to be pretty fast. So instead of, those 29 seconds, you can reduce it by a lot. Then the second thing is the skill 1. So it says that when you level up, you get a reload 10%, right, of your magazine and recover HP. If I am max level, can I keep proccing this up? Can my XP go above and stay at level 11, right? Can we keep proccing this, or is this only 10 times per battle and it's over, right? Never again. It would be nice to actually know this as well and test when it comes to tomorrow. When it comes to Elysian, we're getting a great DPS finally. Phantom, if you invested in her, it's gonna be painful to having to invest on another Elysian DPS. It is what it is. Like I was saying, we need to test if this is going to be sustained damage or this is going to be something like Haran as well. Haran is the only character that deals continuous damage, constantly deals damage, but it doesn't count as sustain. So I would like if Shift Up actually stops doing things like this and give us the characters that we're asking for, or finishes their niches, right? If it's sustained damage though, Viper with Treasure is gonna be also pairing super well with her because she's also a water character, which is pretty nice. So we're getting Bunny Alice for one team if you want that. You can also be putting her with the Viper Treasure and another B2. If it's sustained damage, it's like Viper and Rosanna are gonna be pairing amazing with health, right? So that's something to test tomorrow, and we shall see. Also, something important is that she is pretty easy to build. This is a character that needs elemental, attack, literally elemental, attack, and max ammo. You can't ignore the rest. The rest is like filler lines with crit as usual. You could be getting some hit rate, but it's not super important for an assault rifle. Helps, but not important. On the same topic as building, is like her cube is by far Bastion because she has a 1 second reload time. And the 1 second reload time is already pretty good, so going resilience unless your Bastion is not leveled up, so for the pure raw stats, it's not worth it. Bastion 100%, which will also help her proc faster her experience stacks. So all in all, super simple to build character, honestly. Her self moves is pretty good, 181% plus the skill 1, but she also provides elemental damage for all water units. So this means this is a character that for raids in general is going to be valuable no matter what. I would recommend getting one copy 100%. Some people are saying she might be able to compete with Ludmilla since both of them are water. I don't know. We shall see tomorrow. I will be testing and we will be testing live as well if you want to come by and say hello. I don't know if she will be able to compete with Ludmilla or not. She's a really strong character, but if it's the case, perfect. Water doesn't have a lot of top tier DPSs, so it would be nice to get a new one. And then lastly, and this is important, we just double check tomorrow, but depending on the breakpoints, she might be cheap to build. Because if level 1, it's like a 1 point something percent, you don't need to go to level 10 to make up the most for this skill. Same for skill 2, because there is no big numbers here. So depending on what the level 1 numbers are, we might be able to get away with like skills at level 7 to just be enough. Of course, you want to go 10 long term, but the more we can save, considering how many units we get in the game, the best. So all in all, a really strong character that's looking really good. I don't know what Shift Up is doing in order to release the Maiden kit. When they release it, I might make a video for tomorrow. I might not make a video for tomorrow. I don't know what I'll do. Because it's funny that we're getting this first, considering that tomorrow we're getting Maiden. Yes. So we shall see. If we get the kit, I might make a second video today. If not, I'll just be chilling for a little bit. That said, though, it's going to be a short video. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Guillotine, why she's looking pretty good. In general, a little bit of the rough math. Anything that I can miss or that I was wrong on, please leave a comment and I will be leaving some hearts in there for the people to see them. So should you pull for Guillotine when her banner drops? I think that yes, absolutely you should be pulling if you care about raids and getting a strong water DPS. When it comes to neutral element and neutral content, we'll see how much those self moves are helping her versus other characters that we already have and that we already have built, right? That said, she looks like a really fun character to be playing around with this EXP mechanic. We'll see Maiden, the mana mechanic she has. I'm really happy with the skin so far. We'll see tomorrow how she actually performs. All that japping aside, boys, that's gonna be it for this video. As usual, we're gonna be live later. Come say hello. Good luck with your pool data dates. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。